Hey guys, it's me Tilly again. So, in my last video, I talked about how you want to get the Dolahan armor, how you want to get the accessories and an Astera weapon, so you can finally work your way up the Astera raids to eventually get to Caesar or Season 4, the Battle of Request. And today I want to go into a little bit more depth about the entire process, how you get money along the way in order to afford your Astera weapon, and stuff like that. So without any further ado, I'll actually start where I left off last time, when I recommended you the Royal Army raid and the Abyssal Arena. And I'll show you exactly why. And I'll show you exactly why Redeemers are also very important. If you get the quest for the accessories, you already have Nimhain unlocked. And let's talk about Abyssal Arena first, right here. You see these prices? That's actually disgusting. Last time I checked, I think like yesterday, these were 9 mil. So they skyrocketed to 13 mil because of all of the Milesian gear that is going on, all of the whales being in need of more of these. So this is actually pretty good for you as a new and free-to-play player. Because these just increased by like 50%. And you can get both of them actually, grade 1 and grade 2, the 30 mil drop from Abyssal Arena. In Redeemers you can only get grade 1, but that's still fine. In Redeemers there's other stuff that I'll come to later. So Abyssal Arena you can get both. In Nimhain you can get grade 1, which is way worth it. And then in Royal Army Raid you can actually get the 8 million and the 24 million drop. Again, in Redeemers you can only get grade 1. But then in Redeemers you can also get this 13 mil drop, the emote, or you could just use it if you like the emote yourself. And on top of that, the Redeemer does reward you with all of these free stats, right? And on top of that, even right now, as of me making this video, there's a event going on for Nimhain. If you kill her, you get steel, which is just a little icing on the cake, right? It's not the most important thing, but free stuff is free stuff. So right off the gate you already have like an amazing way of making money. The Abyssal Arena shard being like 13 to 30 mil, and the mysterious shards from the Royal Army raids a little bit less, but I usually get them more often, so they kind of even out, right? If you're a new player, I would highly suggest you to spend your guild departures actually on the Royal Army raid, because the Royal Army raid rewards you everything you need. AP, Seals of Bravery, money, literally. The first time where I would shift my guild departures to something else is once you're able to run the first 3 raids of Astera. I'll come to that in a second. So, after you've done your Abyssal, Royals, Redeemers, what you should be going to do next are level 95 raids. And you should actually have a higher priority on Dolahan and Aes, because these two are actually able to drop the essence for your accessories, right? So you might be able to save some Seals of Bravery if you're able to grab them yourself. On top of that, all of the level 95 raids do drop rank 7 scrolls. There's obviously some that are not really worth it. Most of the armor, or all of the armors actually. But the Righteous Enchant Scroll, which is the prefix for your weapon, will always be worth it, because in my opinion, the rank 7 prefix is almost better than the rank 6 prefix, because they went with a different stat priority on the rank 6. I can actually show you. Like if you go to the marketplace, the Chaotic is rank 6, it sells for 3 mil, and Righteous is the rank 7 and sells for 11 mil, right? So yeah, 11 mil scroll, and it also drops the Dead, which has been usually the most expensive scroll and still is with 40 mil. You can grab that on these 4, the Sordid Truth and those right here. As I said, prioritize these 2 because essences. And then if you're finally acquired all of your accessories, you can work your way up the Astera. You don't actually need an Astera weapon for the first 3, I'm pretty sure. I think you should be able to handle the requirements even without an Astera weapon. And so you can actually start farming in these. And I would suggest you to spend your guilty parches either on Alcolus or on Red Stigma, on Maka. Because, again, they drop the same stuff as Claire, but for the same reason as you farm Dullahan and Aes, they do drop accessory essences, which again are a nice chunk of money if you want to sell them. Maka is 26 and Alcolus is 27. On EU that is, by the way. But you can actually use them yourself. You will not be able to get to Caesar. You will be able to get there, but you will not be able to cap out Caesar with just the free accessories. What you can easily be doing, you can easily keep upgrading the free accessories, because they are nowadays actually pretty cheap to upgrade, until you get to Caesar, until you hit the requirements for Caesar. I think you can get 140 counterforce in total, and 131 is what you need. So that's what I would probably be doing. If you get your hands randomly on a Maka or Alcolus essence, feel free to craft the new belt or earring, the level 100 version, because they are upgrades in terms of stats, and it's just easier for you to get the counterforce. But yeah, once you get here and you can actually farm more money because steel drop rates are increased, Astera weapon essences are a thing that you could be getting right here for 10 mil on EU right now. That's actually pretty... Ooh. Yo, they're actually still going up. That's crazy. But yeah, as you see, you can actually make some decent money in these Astera raids. And what you want to do is obviously trying to gather enough money. Like, I don't know if you noticed so far, but this video is kind of like how you get money, how you get the drops, where you get them, how much they are worth, and so on and so forth. But yeah, these 3 raids, by the way, also drop the Dead Enchant Scrolls and rank 6 Enchant Scrolls. So all of the rank 6 scrolls are actually worth getting. And on top of that, it's also the Dead Enchant Scroll, the most expensive one. So arguably, these 3 raids are actually the best ones to farm for drops. Scroll drops, sorry, for scrolls. There we go. And then once you get higher requirements for the later raids, it's certainly worth doing them. You just add them to the possible pool of activities you can be doing. If your stats are only enough to do Red Stigma, you have done all of these raids, you've done Abyssal Arena, and you've done Royal Army raid, which by the way doesn't consume fatigue, so feel free to do that anyway. And you still have some left. What I would recommend you do, and here is the first time where it's not just about RNG drops, but here's how you can actually farm guaranteed money, but it's fatigue intensive. So either do it if you have fatigue left, or if you have VVIP left. If you have VVIP, which by the way, due to today's check-in reward, you get 7 days for free, which is pretty awesome. What you want to be doing is right here in downtown Burby, the Nizen of the Deep. Used to be a raid, now it's a dungeon that you can do 6 times a day. You can just easily solo it. Literally, with free gear, it takes you 20 seconds. Not even. You literally kill him really fast. If you're up for the challenge, you could technically do Hero. That's what I'm doing, because Hero gives you a chance to drop a departure license. So if you're a bit more advanced, if you run out of departures rather than fatigue on the battle you want to farm, feel free to do it on Hero. But again, this dungeon, it gives you like some money, and it will give you the materials you need for synthesizing and also for accessory enhancing. But you can technically get the essences, right, for your accessories. And again, if we check, it's 7 mil, and I think Abomination, there's none on the market, right? Oh, there is for 8 mil. But that's like some free money again, right? And on top of that, the new dungeon, I would highly suggest it. Only do if you have fatigue left that you want to spend before going offline. or if you have VVIP. I think it's not really worth it. They either need to increase the drop rate for the materials, or there should be some rare drop. But imagine chunk dailies without them dropping chunks. That's basically what they are right now. They remove chunks from chunk dailies, so nobody's doing them anymore. I would not suggest you to do them anymore. If you need season 3 materials, these right here, Heavenly Lever and so on and so forth, you want to be doing this one, Request by Sea. But keep in mind, if you do this dungeon right here, you want to use a pet that gives you an extra drop. That does not apply for Denizen of the Deep and Agony and Despair. They will not give you a pet drop. Yeah. Another thing that you can be doing, also only VVIP, Season 2 raids, all of them. And also very low level dungeons, for example, White Tyrant's Challenge, right? Because what will end up happen is you will be getting armors and weapons that you can dismantle. In order to dismantle, you need 1 proficiency, 1 talent at 100. That will allow you to do this, right? You dismantle them and you get Element Stone Catalysts. Element Stone Catalysts for very low level items and Spirit Magic Powders for level 70 plus items. If you use 10 of each, you will be able to craft intermediate element stones. These ones right here. They sell for 1.5 mil on EU right now, right? So that's a decent guaranteed income that you can farm if you have enough fatigue, if you have VVIP, if you have no problems doing all of the stuff that I mentioned previously. Everything I mentioned previously should be a priority, but these dungeons that I talked about right now are some bonus. Or if you only want to make use of the login events right now, if you're only online for an hour and you can't be bothered to do raids, feel free to just do the dungeons, right? That's also a thing. If you only have time for an hour, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. Is there anything else I should mention? I don't think so. Like, I talked about how the dead is a thing in these 3 raids right here. What you need to know maybe is the next 3 ones. They drop Sealed in Truth, which are used for your offhand slot. Dungeon Laboratory drops Wish. And Remembrance, Aeodan does drop the Meaningful Enchant Scroll. And then, obviously, if you get anywhere close to Caesar, Caesar is actually where the money is. Caesar drops all of these Succession Shards, which range from 5 mil all the way to 40 mil. He drops all of the Milesian Essences, which armors are not worth anything, but weapon is 14, 15. The offhand essence is 75 mil, so big money here. Yeah, but that's actually about it. That's actually your money and where to get it, how to get it, your priorities. Again, Guilty Parchers, spend them on Royal Army raids until you can do Alculus and Makkah, then spend them on Alculus and Makkah, because the Dead, Astera Essence and Accessory Essence, and work your way up. If you unlock Blue and Serene, you can spend them on them, but honestly, now you should spend them on them, because Ancient Successions are a thing, these ones, 16 mil. If you are a Book of Succession class, you really want to get this item. You don't want to pay for it, but if you get the pages yourself, it's really, really, really huge. So yeah, if you unlock Blue and Serene, you want to do your Guilty Parchers on them. You actually want to spend them on them over the next 2 because of Accessory Essences again. If you have the Accessory Essences and you really want to go for maybe a meaningful Enchant Scroll, you can spend them here. I think that if you get to the latest raids, you will know what you want and you will know where to spend your Guilty Parchers. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed my little money making video. How to get money, where to get money, what to sell. And yeah, tomorrow I'll actually have a video about a similar topic, but it will be how to save money rather than how to gain it. Definitely look forward to that one, and I'll catch you during it. With that being said, I'll be live on my Twitch today, or later this day, and yeah, might catch you there. Have a great day, and see you next time.